Ravens flock, what's going on? I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. I don't know how to assess this game. I can't give you a preview this week. I can't. That's why the title of this video is the title of this video. The Ravens better beat the Broncos. No excuses. There's no real preview this week. Because honestly, how can I sit back and assess a team that is this inconsistent? Do we even know what the Baltimore Ravens are? Through 11 games, can you sit back and accurately explain to me what the Ravens are? Besides an inconsistent football team. Like, what sort of assessment can I give when I'm talking about the Ravens? They are out here choking games at a historical pace. Bro, in NFL history, of teams that have had a commanding lead through the first 11 games of the season, their record is 11-0. Baltimore is 7-4. That is historical. That is a massive choky performance right there. And the thing about it is, if they keep messing around in these type of games, they could miss the playoffs. They could end up being the first team in NFL history to have a commanding lead in every game and somehow miss the playoffs. That could be in their future if they don't get it together. It's so inconsistent, man. It's so inconsistent. Now, this isn't a video to say that the season's in trouble. Nothing like that. I'm just pointing out what the team is right now. They literally control their own destiny, and they're finding ways to lose games they have no excuse losing. So when I look at this game here against the Denver Broncos, how am I supposed to assess it? The Denver Broncos are one of the worst teams in football. They have one of, if not the worst offense in football. Russell Wilson has been one of the worst quarterbacks in the league this year. If you go back and look at how their defense is played, one could argue if their offense would just give them 18 points a game, they would have 1 or 2 losses on the season. They'd be fighting for the number 1 seed in the AFC if Russell Wilson in the offense could just give them 18 points a game. So they're struggling. They're terrible offensively. They're massively atrocious offensively. Yet for some reason, I'm having this sinking feeling that the Ravens defense is going to give up 20 points to them. Win or lose, I just get this sinking feeling they're going to give up 20 points. And people are legitimately afraid that this defense is going to allow Russell Wilson to have the best game he's had all season. Because for some reason, you're seeing quarterbacks put up their best performance against us. Imagine that. Tua had 6 touchdowns on our defense. Trevor Lawrence, for the first time, looked like he was going to live up to his potential. That was arguably the best game he's played of his career. Russell Wilson's been awful this year. And I'm afraid that he might have an amazing day against this Ravens defense. That's how scared I am. I still believe we're going to win the game. Honestly, as a Ravens fan, I believe we can win this game by 10 points. If we play up to our potential, I believe we can win that. But I'm not fully sure. Title of this video: the Ravens better beat the Broncos. No excuses. This is not a preview video. I can't make a preview video. I can't assess this team. You want a preview? Here, right here. The 5 keys to the game. The 5 keys to the game that the Ravens need to accomplish if they want to win on Sunday against the Broncos. Number 1, for God's sakes, learn to finish a football game. Finish drives. Finish drives in the red zone. For the love of God, finish drives in the red zone. Number 1. It's not choking in the fourth quarter, defense. Number 2, can you get me anything in the pass game? Anything consistent in the pass game, please. Number 3, for the love of God, do not turn the ball over. That fumble against the Jaguars was costly. That hurt. Please do not turn the ball over. With the way our offense is iffy, with the way our offense is playing, they're iffy, they're inconsistent. I don't fully trust them, and they're failing to finish in the red zone. We do not need to lose possessions. When you are struggling to score in the red zone, we need all the possessions we can get. So please, for the love of God, do not turn the football over. Number 4. God. Can you please not give up big plays? Can you just not give up big plays in the passing game? I mean, they were in 2nd and 15 at times, and they were picking up first downs. They were in like a 3rd and 21 situation, and it ended up becoming a 4th and 5 or 4th and 6. Can you stop big plays from happening? Please! And last but not least, defense. I already said that you need to stop choking in the 4th quarter. Can you do us a favor and force some turnovers? When you have an opportunity to get an interception, please catch the football. Because I think our offense needs all the extra possessions we can get. Until they can somehow figure this red zone issue out, they need those extra possessions. So I need you to force some turnovers. So there's your keys to the game. Finish the freaking football game. Finish drives. Don't choke in the 4th quarter. Number 1. Number 2, give us something consistent in the pass game. Number 3, do not turn the ball over. Number 4, do not give up big plays in the secondary. And number 5, please force turnovers. Our offense desperately needs it. There's your keys to the game. I have no idea how this game's going to go. I have no idea how this game's going to go. I believe, based on the talent Baltimore has, based on the talent they have, they should be able to win by 10. I mean, they're massively favored in this game because Broncos are horrible. They are horrible offensively. But their defense is nothing to sniff at. And I think their defense is going to be good enough to keep their team in the game. Because if Baltimore cannot fix their red zone issues, they're just not going to be able to score. And they're going to keep kicking field goals. And if it becomes a field goal game, the Broncos can certainly stay in it. And all you would need is one crazy drive from Russell Wilson to either put you on top or potentially tie the game. Who knows? Who knows how the situation is going to be on Sunday? Hell, in the live stream last week against Jacksonville, I said that. It was a 6-0 game. I said all you need is one drive, one good drive from Jacksonville, and they're going to take the lead. And that's exactly what happened that made it a 7-6 game. Then, all of a sudden, it's a 7-point game, and I'm like, you could get one good drive in the most crucial situation to win the game. Or at least to tie the game. And they got it. And then I saw them go for 2, and I said, why not? Baltimore's choking right now. I'm going for 2. And they went for 2, and they won. Hopefully we're not in that situation this week against the Broncos. Who the hell knows? This Ravens team throughout the season, it's been very rough. They're such an inconsistent football team. I don't know how you can put consistent trust in them. How can you trust this offense when they're that bad? How can you trust this offense? Even though, and it's crazy to say they're that bad. They put up 27 points last week. To say their offense is that bad is crazy. But the fact of the matter is, they should have destroyed the Jacksonville Jaguars. They had 3 field goals. The first 3 quarters, they had 9 points. That should have easily been 21. That should have been a blowout. This offense could be so much better if they could just execute and be consistent. And if the play calling was consistently great, matter of fact, scratch that. If it was consistently good, especially in the red zone, my God, this team would be one of the most, if not the most feared team in football. But because of the inconsistencies, because of the inability to finish games in the 4th quarter, they are what they are. I believe the Ravens are going to win on Sunday. I'm praying to God. All the football gods up there, I'm praying you let the Ravens win. Because if you take a look at the AFC right now, from the 4 divisional leaders to 3 wildcard spots, there is no margin of error. There's no room for any error. Minus the Bills that won on Thursday night. Everybody in the AFC, that's in the playoffs right now, you're either 8-3 or 7-4. We're 7-4 right now. The Cincinnati Bengals are tied with us right now. They're 7-4 as well. And they're going to get Jamar Chase back. They have a tough matchup against the Kansas City Chiefs. And it's a possibility that they actually win that. Because they played well against the Chiefs. They match up well against them. So they win. If they beat Kansas City and we lose to Denver, not only will we lose the division, we could be out of the playoffs. Now, of course, we have the advantage over teams like the Patriots and the Jets. I get that, but you can't mess around right now. You really can't. There's no room for error. You had the advantage. If you beat Jacksonville last week, you're 8-3. You ain't got to worry about this. But now you're 7-4. The Bengals are knocking on the door. They're right there. And if you don't get it together and you lose this game against Denver, your season could be in serious trouble. 7-5 is not a good look. It's not a good look at all. So, Baltimore, with that being said, you better win the damn game. There will be no excuses. Win the damn game. Swear to God. Win the damn game.